And welcome to College Algebra 1.1 Part 3, the last part. 3 more problems to go. I'm Gregory Carlson. In this problem, it says solve the following equation for k, and we have s equals 3 pi, 3.14, 3 pi rmk plus 2mn to the 5. So this is an interesting problem because our answer won't be a number. Our answer will actually be an equation. And when they say solve the equation for k, that means get k by itself. We want to get everything else to the other side and get k by itself. So this is really important. This is used in physics and chemistry. If you use Microsoft Excel, you might need to rearrange a formula to put a formula into a cell based on other values. So this is a good skill to have. So the first thing to do when you're doing a problem like this is here's my k, and any terms that don't have a k in them, you should just move those on over because they don't have any k's, so let's just move them over. So here I have 2mn to the 5. I'm going to move the entire term over. So don't divide here because we're not trying to get m out of here or 2 out of here. We're moving the entire thing over, so you should actually subtract minus 2mn to the 5 minus 2mn to the 5. And so I get, can I combine these two terms, s and 2mn to the 5? No, they do not combine, so do not try to do anything fancy here. S minus this term is the same thing as s minus that term. Do not try to combine them or do anything fancy there. What I have left on this side is 3 pi rmk. Now, I want to get k by itself, and all of this is multiplying. Everything over here is multiplying, so in fact, I can just go ahead and divide by all of it. 3 pi rm. And I'm not going to divide the k because I want to leave it there. All of that's going to cancel with all of this, and we need to divide the entire term by 3 pi r to the m. So notice that when we subtract, we just need to subtract that term over. But if you divide, you need to divide everything for the same reason that when we multiplied by 30 here, we had to multiply everything by 30. Dividing and multiplying are powerful in an equation and have to be done to each term. The final answer is k equals just what we have here, s minus 2mn to the 5 divided by 3 pi rm. And I would just leave the answer like that. There's not really much you can do to simplify this, and so we'll just leave it. I'm on track, so let's go to the next one. Solve the following for k. I see that I have k on both sides of the equation. So first we need to get this k out of the parentheses by doing the distributive property. So let's do it. This side does not have like terms, so it will not simplify. 5k plus 2m equals 2k plus 6. And then the plus 10 was not in parentheses, so it does not get multiplied by the 2. And I'm sure that all of you are writing this down as we go, right? Right? I hope so. Okay. Now, we want to simplify here a little bit, so I notice that 6 will combine with 10. So I get 5k plus 2m is equal to 2k plus 16. Now, we want to solve for k, so let's get all the k's to one side. I would subtract 2k to keep it positive, so minus 2k minus 2k. So I get 3k plus 2m is equal to 16, because these cancel and the 16 comes down. Now, I want to get this k by itself. That's what solving for k means. So let's do that. Let's move this entire term over, which means we are subtracting because we are moving the entire term. So on the left-hand side of the equation, all I have left is 3k. And so my question is, how do we combine 16 minus 2m? And the answer is you don't combine them. They're not like terms. 16 minus 2m is 16 minus 2m. After that, we're one step away. We want to get k by itself. This 3 is multiplying, so to peel it off, you need to divide by 3, divide by 3. So the final answer is k is equal to 16 minus 2m all over 3. And there's a few examples of how to solve an equation for a variable. Notice that for both this one and this one, the answer to the problem was an equation, and that's okay. So what do we do this for? Why do we do all of this equation stuff? And the reason is because we can use it to solve application problems. everything from every field uses solving equations. So let's look at an example. This is a formula you should memorize, so I'm going to put a star next to it, and it'll be on your formula sheet of things to memorize. So the simple interest formula, one of the most simple interest formulas there are, meaning you're saving your money in a bank or somewhere and you're earning interest on that money. The formula is I is equal to P times R times T, where I stands for interest, the interest you earn. P stands for your principal, and that is the amount of money that you invested. R is equal to your interest rate, and R needs to be a decimal, not a percent. And finally, T is your time, and that's your time in years for this formula to work. So I equals PRT, I is interest, P is principal, R is your interest rate as a decimal, and T is time in years. And we need to be careful with that. So this is the simple interest formula. You need to memorize it. So here, let's use it in an application problem. You borrowed $240 to fix your computer. Well, how could you be watching this if your computer was broken? I don't know. Anyway, let's just solve it. Okay, so you borrowed $240 to fix your computer. The loan was for 9 months with a simple annual interest rate of 5.4%. What is the interest? How much will be needed to be paid in full? So this formula is how we calculate our interest. So let's do it. I, the number we want, is equal to our principal. That's our starting amount, $240. Multiplied by our interest rate, which is 5.4%. To figure out that as a decimal, you move the decimal place to the left 2 places. So that's going to be 0.054. Remember, 5% would be just 0.05. So 5.4% would be 0.054. Now here's a part that's a little bit tricky. Remember I said that time is in years, and they've given it to us in months. And so what fraction or what decimal of 9 months is a year? Well, there's 2 ways to do it. There's 12 months in a year, so 9 months would be 9/12 of a year. I hope that makes sense. 9 months, if there's 12 in a year, that would be 9/12. Or we can just grab our calculator, 9 divided by 12, and maybe you can do that in your head. Let's try again. 9 divided by 12 is going to equal, that's not right, what did I do? Try one more time. 9 divided by 12 is equal to 0.75. So 9/12 is 0.75 of a year. So I'm going to put 0.75 right there in my formula. So hopefully that makes sense. 9 months is 75% or 3/4 of a year. Multiply those 3 numbers together and you get your interest. So let's do that. I have 0.75. Let's multiply that times 0.054. And then let's multiply times 240. So we get an interest of $9.72. And so that's our answer for that part. And the question said, what will be the interest cost? It's important to remember this formula only gives you the total interest you're going to be paying. This is the cost of borrowing the $240 to fix your computer. So that's only the interest cost. So to find out how much must be paid in full, we just take this interest cost and add it to, can you guess? That's right, the $240 that we borrowed in the first place. So if we just do $240 plus 9.72, we'll get the full cost, which is $249.72. So that will be the total cost to fix the computer if we borrow that money. That is section 1.11. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I will answer them. If you found this to be helpful and you're not in my class, I encourage you to like and subscribe to this video. And I do take requests as well. Also, don't forget, go to my Twitch channel, which is in the description, and I do live tutoring hours or office hours so you can get extra help on your homework, whatever it might be. Thank you so much and have a great day.